Hi there, Scorpio. It's Amanda here with TikTarot to do your reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus singles for July of 2020. This is a general singles reading, and I'm going to see what's going on, what happened in the past, what's going on right now, and what's up for the future, who's coming towards you, and anything that might be blocking you. Okay, let's get started. Thank you in advance for subscribing to my channel. Appreciate you. So in the past, you could have been dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, or possibly a Scorpio, or maybe even an earth sign. So there's a lot of stuff here on the table so far, a lot of signs. So right off the bat, I just feel like whatever was going on in the past, or maybe even this might still be somebody that you're kind of still dealing with, but it's dead and buried. It was too much, and I feel like you gave more, and I just think that if you haven't moved on yet, Ten of Swords is here, and that's my get real, move on card. So get real, move on, seriously. And in a way, I feel like that's what you're doing with the Eight of Pentacles here. I feel like you've been, focusing on a project, just focused on something like yourself, and just not really letting this thing kind of drag you back in. I just feel like you're focused on something, completing something, and just distracting yourself. I just feel like you're distracting yourself. And I also feel like you also could have been dealing with the Pisces. But ultimately, I just think that this is a time right now, Scorpio, where you're going from, oh, I just realized your card was like at the center of your reading. Anyways, I feel like you're going from like getting from this rough patch of life into just a calmer energy. And this is the overall card for your reading. Six of Swords. So I feel like things are getting a little more chill in your life right now, which I think is a really good vibe. Being single, it's nice to not have drama, and I just feel like, this, I don't even feel like you even want to be in a relationship right now, but I mean, at some point you have to let your guard down and make a decision to not necessarily let the past go, because I feel like you've moved on, but to consider commitment and let your guard down and decide. Because I just feel like right now you, Scorpio, you might be on the fence, like, should I, and I get that. But this Two of Swords can be a very stagnant energy, and just indecision is stuck energy, I feel like. So making a decision, regardless of what it is, to be single and focus on yourself is a decision, and there's movement in that, because you know where you're going, right? You can't really like take a trip across the country if you don't have directions, right? You won't get there. I mean, okay, I get it, we have GPS, but I'm just saying, like, it's good to know where you're headed. And I just feel like this is really important, Scorpio, that you make a decision of which way you want to go. And that can be, like I said, to stay single and do your thing, or to start attracting somebody and manifesting somebody new into your life. And, I think like a lot of times people feel like, oh, I've got to imagine this person and la 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 la. And it's like, that's great. Do that. Write down a description to the T of what you're looking for, because that'll help as well. But I think focusing on you and your glow up and your vibe is really what attracts somebody, period. Because then that way, whether you attract somebody or not, you're attractive, So I'm just saying, that's like, you can't go wrong with that. Like, you can manifest all day long, but you can't go wrong with focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself, period. And so that's the vibe here, is just getting into a really good place, Scorpio. I just feel like this time you have on your own, there is a new beginning coming, by the way. a very passionate one, possibly with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, or even a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Or this could just be your energy. Look at that. This is at the top of your reading. 10 of Cups, wish fulfillment. So your wishes are going to be fulfilled if they're not already on the path. I just feel like you're going to meet somebody new, or somebody new is coming towards you that is a really strong connection. Somebody that inspires you, somebody that you are inspired by, and that you inspire. Yeah. And I also feel like this time to yourself is a great time, Scorpio, to focus on what inspires you. So art, music, photography, whatever it is that like keeps that spark burning in you, that makes you want to live and enjoy every day to the fullest, because that is high vibey. Like this is sparkly, you know, and it does kind of look like a penis, which is cool, you know, whatever. But it's turned on. So Scorpio, you're just like, you're vibing pretty hard right now, and I'm gonna stop, and which is great, which means I think that you're like, this is very magnetic. So you're like a magnet for whatever it is that you want. Wish fulfillment, for your wishes to be fulfilled, and whatever that may be. So I do feel like, you know, whatever happened in the past, I just think that you are changing so much, or you changed enough to realize that it was just more trouble than anything. It was just heavy, and it was time for you to move on, focus on yourself, and kind of just like, in a way, not really worry, just ignore everything and focus on you, letting this go, and attracting somebody new, and making a decision either which way you go, to stay single or to start to attract new love in your life. So let's see who's coming towards you. A Gemini. So a little bit, there's some air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like you're gonna have more than one option, but I honestly feel like you might have a couple of false starts, but I just think that whoever's coming towards you is definitely going to be somebody that you will want to be with, like a really strong connection. Also a Capricorn. So I'm a Capricorn, Scorpio, so maybe I'm coming towards you. And I'm single. Yay. I'm not going towards anybody. All right, at the bottom of the deck is a Judgment card. So this is just a time, I think, for you to self-assess. Not to be too hard on yourself, but also to be like, what can I do to make myself a better person? And what didn't work in the past, what did work, and what can I do differently moving forward to, you know, continue to attract the life that I want. Letting go of the past. You know, and I think too, like, if you're not really communicating with anybody right now, I think that might not be a bad thing. I just feel like this is a time for you to fill your cup, Scorpio, period. This is a time for you to be like, love myself, focus on myself, self-assess, do what inspires me, become a magnet for love and happiness and joy, and wish fulfillment. Like, Scorpio, this is an amazing reading. So I feel like you're gonna get some really good karma here, and you also could be attracting a Libra, but there is double Gemini on the table. So I feel like a Gemini is coming towards you, a Capricorn or a Libra. There's a lot of signs on the table, and there's just a lot of good stuff coming your way right now. There it is. That's that air sign. I really do still feel like there's an air sign coming towards you. That's just been going on this whole time. So when are you going to meet somebody new? So 9 days, 9 weeks, or 9 months. That's, I mean, that seems like a long time, but I feel like this is you. Like, I think that you're really you're opening a lot of doors. A lot of doors are opening for you right now. And I feel like that's why the 8 of Pentacles was here. Like, you're focused on and it's at the center of your reading. And I just think that this is the heart of the matter. Like, you're focused on a project or a new business or yourself, just reinventing yourself, rebranding, just a rebirth, which is your card, Scorpio, which was at the top of your reading. So there's just this change happening, and also focus, and this emotional stability also, where you just like, what you want now, because you've assessed the situation. You know what doesn't work for you, and you're just like not having it. And I think right now a lot of doors are opening for you in this time that you have to yourself, and I just feel like you're really focused on that. But if, when somebody does show up, not if, when they show up, you will have done the work, and you will be nice and ready for the perfect person, who is perfectly imperfect, just like all of us. But I'm just saying, the right person that's on your level. And I just think that maybe because the number 9 came out, and maybe there's just going to be a time that's going to pass before you actually attract somebody new. It's for good reason. And I think that we have to, embrace this time that we have to ourselves, because, it's not going to be for long, and it's not going to be forever, Scorpio. So what message does the Spirit have for you? Somebody is coming towards you. Somebody that's, going to let you know how they feel. Or maybe this is you. Maybe there's somebody that you are, that you have in mind, that you want to let know that you're interested. There's so much happiness here. You also could be attracting a Virgo. But like I said, there's a couple on the table. And I just think that this is what's up. This is where you're headed. Finding your match. And the person that is equal give and take. And somebody that makes you feel really good and happy. And kind of gets things from this rough patch into a more calmer place, where you're at, because like attracts like. So that's your reading, Scorpio. Thank you so much. And I do live readings. I do recorded readings. All the links are in the description box below. Please comment. Let me know how you feel about this reading. And I appreciate any feedback, good or bad. I don't care. Just it's nice to know that what I can work on and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you watching. Thank you in advance for subscribing, and bye.